from Stubborn German in downtown Waterloo for another episode of Get a Load of This. I'm Jared.
I am Ryan. I really know who killed Nicole Brown.
What?
No shit. I ain't telling you, motherfucker.
No one knows that.
Not till the end of the episode,
That's like
so
the
listen
best
in.
kept secret in America.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks.
Jesus Christ,
just
Joe
keep
knows.
listening. Keep
Joe
listening.
knows. We should make T-shirts that say Joe knows.
Joe knows.
Joe does
That's
know.
never been done before.
No one's ever
and make
done
them all schmedium so that I can wear them in their
Schmediums.
fucking... Wow, that is a beautiful cup size, my friend. One's bigger than the other. How'd you get that to work? Thank you, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, look
And the
who's
nuclear
here.
plant. Oh, my girls! Holy cow!
The ladies are here.
That's
My
first chair.
girls.
First chair.
That's first chair right there.
How'd you do?
She pisses excellence.
Nice.
How do you think she
does,
did?
Of course.
Do you ladies want to join us?
Hey, you want to talk real quick? Come here,
on.
Emma. Come here.
She's like, fuck you guys.
This is my baby. This right here. I'm gonna live over her house and like over her garage one day. I can't wait. Hi, baby.
Someday when
Hi.
you're all big and successful, he's going to live above your garage.
She's already.
Oh, I'm
she's
sure.
already super successful.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like a rock star to
Yeah.
beat them all. You know.
So what were you doing
Thanks.
tonight?
I was at a honor band concert.
Honor band. Like the best students from all over.
There's like 6 schools in the area.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you
That's
were at a
awesome.
university, right?
Hey, what chair were you?
I was first chair.
First
We've
chair.
heard that a
Yeah.
She
couple
wasn't
times.
second
Yeah.
chair or third chair. She was first chair.
Right.
I actually had a solo, but
Did
you
you?
know.
Yeah.
way.
There
How
it
did you
is.
do?
eh,
Did you-
I mean, if we're gonna bring it
Did
up,
you,
Did you bring
did you
the
squeak
horn
any
with you?
notes?
it's in the car.
Can you go get it?
Oh.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no, no.
If you could play the saxophone on the air.
Yeah, she's not doing that.
I want to hear some
guarantee
Kenny
you.
G. Maybe
Did
some
you-
Night Court.
Did you
I made
nail
you
it?
play Night Court
Did you
one
nail
time
the
before.
solo?
It was good. It was
Nice.
good.
She's not afraid to like brag a little bit. It was
Yeah.
good.
Well, hell no. She
It was
pisses
good.
excellence. I teach her that.
Oh, here
one-
we
hey.
go. He's
Don't be
here with the
upset.
flights.
All right.
That's
All right,
awesome.
Emma, you're kicked out.
You're kicked out. Hey, I love you, sweetie.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good job.
Nice
Yep.
job.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Emma, I love you too. Your favorite neighbor.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Shit.
I don't know where this is going.
Well,
Here.
is this all mine?
It's all marked.
Shit.
It's like, yeah, it is.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we are. Here.
If
Come
you
in through there.
if you can't hear us, it's because we're drinking beer.
It's because there's too much
away
beer
from the
in
microphone.
front of me. I feel like.
Woohoo! This guy.
Here it is. Hell yeah!
Thank you, sir.
Cool. You're welcome. There you are.
Thank
So
you,
I'll tell you
sir.
what.
So I got bad news on the Stub Light, on the
Uh-oh.
light beer.
The light one.
It's not happening.
That's what Joe wanted was the light one.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
so
no, I'm
sorry.
good,
The
I'm
party,
good.
He's
the last
good.
party we had, they wanted on tap. So
So, allow me to introduce Chris, the owner and proprietor of Stubborn German.
hello.
Now, he's not a rookie to podcast. He's he's been around the block a little bit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've done one. Do I have to get closer to this thing or?
Now,
Yeah,
you
just
get-
come
you
in
get
just a hair.
Right
Yeah,
about
right
there?
there.
All
right
right,
about there.
cool.
And feel free to
Yeah.
pick it up like I just did.
Okay, gotcha.
Because there's too much beer in front of me.
There's a lot of beer.
And thank you for that.
Said
No.
you wanted to sample some beer, so
No,
here
this
we
is
are.
great. This is great. We did a quick beer review. What did we drink? We drank the Czech.
Actually, Jared, our good pal Jared, is yeah, we did have your new stuff.
Yeah, straight out
Yeah.
out of the barrel. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah,
Lager.
that's
That was
that's a
good.
baby beer. It's brand new.
That
and,
was delicious. That
yeah,
was
awesome.
absolutely delicious.
Good.
Yeah.
I haven't even tried it because I literally just got that tank cold today.
So hold on a second. We tried it before you tried it.
I've had little samples here and there, but it was warm and flat. Now this is the first time that it's been cold and carbonated.
Wow,
so-
right on.
Or mostly carbonated.
Yeah,
so.
that's what they said. It was a little undercarb.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Now,
really
I
good.
had a.
Can't wait to try it.
I had. Jared had told us, "Hey, let's try to remember what we all had, so we could talk to you about them real
Yeah.
fast."
I have no clue.
Well, I will say this: I am I'm a Stumpies and Coke kind of guy here.
Cool.
I was actually introduced to Old Monroe here.
Yeah.
I got it here. I love it.
Awesome.
I buy it now for myself.
Good.
When I'm here, I always get it here. But I had a Peterstown Pilsner, which is your
Good.
lightest beer. Bit of a bite at the end.
Yep.
Very good beer, though. Very good beer.
Thanks.
But this stuff that you got here, man, that you're uncapping now,
Yeah.
that's a fucking game changer.
That's going to be a
That's
winner, right?
Yeah, that's a fucking game changer.
Totally. Yeah, no, thank you. And we have the Pilsner on our flight board here,
I can't
too.
help but notice this one that's called Stub Light that looks like coffee.
Yeah, Stub Light.
Is that a light?
No.
Did that get mislabeled?
It was supposed to. Yeah, it did. So I was
Okay,
planning on
that's all right.
giving Stub Light. I had 1 keg left of it. I've got 2 tanks full of it, but you don't
Nice.
want to drink it in that state.
All
So. So yeah, I got our brown ale that we just
All right,
just
so
kegged, so
we're
it's
gonna,
fresh brown
let's
ale.
just
Yeah,
start kicking this off. Let's start going.
Yeah.
So
do it.
let's go
backwards.
stuff.
I got my board all twisted.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
Brian's all jacked up here. What do you need? Oh, it's turned around.
He's getting it.
So really, if
backwards
you want to do
ass.
this in order, we should probably start with Stubborn Fest. If we're gonna.
Stubborn Fest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Stubborn Fest.
Hey, when in Rome,
All right,
right?
Prost.
Prost.
Right. Gents.
L'chaim.
I'm.
Now I'm gonna take this like a champ.
You're gonna chug it, aren't you?
Oh my God.
Down the
That's
hatch.
how he does it.
Wow.
So
Now,
Chris,
see, that's
Chris
gotta-
is
that's gotta-
a true German. Are you 100% German?
I mean,
But
my
no-
families are all from Germany,
Right.
but
There's some
I've never been,
mixtures in there.
actually.
Well, right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
your family's all German.
Yes.
So my
Yeah,
wife
as far
is
as
too.
I know. Yeah.
And we came down here for Valentine's Day because she wanted to get me the
Yeah.
shirt that says, I love my stubborn, or my stubborn German loves me. And I was like, well, but I'm not 100% German. I'm like an eighth. Or something.
that's good enough, right?
yeah. But she is 100% German, and she is stubborn
And
as hell.
Did you
so.
get a shirt?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
good.
yeah. You guys hooked us up. You
Awesome.
guys-
We
yeah.
stayed like 4 hours
Yeah,
to try to get a
you
shirt.
took care of
so
us.
It's all good.
Took care of us.
great.
Well,
So how
that-
do you describe? This is an Oktoberfest
Yeah, so
style.
this is
right?
our Oktoberfest. We make it all year round. It's my favorite beer style, so I'm going to make my favorite beer style all year round. I just am. So this is one that I had homebrewed for about 10 years before I started this endeavor, and I would make Oktoberfest every year. I would have a big Oktoberfest party at my house, so I'd make the beer at home for it. And so this is basically the same recipe I've been making at home for years.
So
and
all those times
haven't-
that you made it at home, did you always make the same recipe, or
Pretty
did
much,
you,
yeah.
Did you tweak it?
Well, in some of these German beers, there's really only, I mean,
There's only so much give.
I mean, or it's not an Oktoberfest at that point.
Right,
So it's
right.
pretty standard, tried and true. It's going to be real
Well,
similar
that was real
to.
kind and no
Did
back
you have
end
to
on
beat
that.
away the neighbors who were trying to come over to have your garage
Yes.
Stubborn Fest? Because this is damn good.
It is very
Thank
good.
you.
This is my go-to. So
Yeah.
there's like one other beer here that I kind of, if I'm going to pick one, it's one of these, and Stubborn Fest is one. Alt beer is the other. I love
Yeah.
your
Oh
alt
yeah.
beer.
I
This
love
is
alt beer
awesome.
too.
So this is your kind of go-to.
Yeah, well, alt beer and
You've been doing it
Stubbornfest
for
are
years.
both kind of similar-ish
Yeah,
beers
yeah.
as far as the malt profile.
Yep.
And I'm the exact same way. Unless there's something new and flashy out that I
Yeah.
want to kind of try, but otherwise it's Stubbornfest or alt beer for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I noticed
See?
the Blitzkrieg's not on the board here. That's my favorite.
It didn't make
but
the cut. Yeah, I mean, well, we do have one more hole. We could go. We could do this.
I'll just buy one after we're
Yeah.
done with this.
All right,
We'll make it
that
happen.
was awesome.
I'm gonna take a sip of
You
whiskey.
gotta cleanse
There
the
you go.
palate. You gotta cleanse the palate, and
and then
what's
where are we going
That's
next?
next.
In the
Yeah.
order.
Okay. Let's
one?
do Pilsner next.
Pilsner. All right.
So Peterstown Pilsner, it's a true German-style Pilsner. Basically, the difference between the Stubbornfest and the Pilsner is the Pilsner you're going to end up noticing a little more hops, both in the flavor and in the aroma if you smell it. A little bit more bitter too, and it's a lighter color, lighter malt body. So
Yeah.
so it's a little more approachable, a little more drinkable. Well, I shouldn't even say that. It's probably equally approachable. I
So
would say.
is there a mass market beer that is comparable to the Peterstown Pilsner?
Yes, I mean a lot of the German import lagers that you see in the import section at Schnucks,
Like a Heineken or
no, like
Now, even, I mean, a Budweiser's a Pilsner, isn't it? No.
no, that you'd
That's
call
a
that
lager,
you
sorry.
call that
Well, right, it's a
an
lager,
American
but-
lager, yeah, a
Okay.
light American lager.
Well, what's
For this,
a-
so
what would
this
be a
you're
Pilsner?
talking
That's a-
more like Spaten or Polliner.
okay,
Grolsch.
Okay.
Grolsch should be Grolsch is a Pilsner, yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Now Miller calls themselves, even says a true Pilsner beer on the can.
Yeah, right.
That's
Maybe
bullshit.
that's what I
damn
was thinking
dirty
of.
lie, dirty, filthy liars. We
They
don't
are.
like anybody from Milwaukee
So
anyway,
now,
so it's
so
fine.
now we're gonna Siggy Saki this shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
I might spill this on the MacBook. Sorry.
Oh, I enjoy this beer. This is my wife's favorite beer.
Yeah.
I get in big trouble if I don't have a growler of this at home at all times.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
I'd probably need to
Now,
grab
see,
some
now
on the way
that-
home.
that-
Actually,
To me, that's got that. I'm not an IPA kind of guy.
so
Just not.
yeah, so you're probably not going to like this as much.
Well, I liked
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
It was good. It wasn't as bad as some of the IPAs I've been
Gotcha.
force-fed.
Okay.
So
That's bad.
I've brought back a lot
I'll
of
take that as a compliment.
a lot of crazy IPAs. So I go down to New Orleans a lot for
Yeah.
my son's down there, and I go to NOLA and
Okay.
and a lot of the small breweries down there, and I bring back these IPAs, and I bring them to these guys and I'm like, hey, try it. And I love IPAs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, it tastes like a goddamn pine cone.
Like I blew a pine cone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, if I wanted to
some
have
do,
sex
yeah.
with Mother Nature, then I would drink an IPA.
I've
I was wondering where you're headed with that.
I've never had a pine cone experience. I think it's kind of like some people can eat cilantro
Yeah.
and enjoy it, and some
And some people can't
It's
stand
like a
it.
genetic
Yeah.
thing.
You're right.
And
yeah.
I think that's the same thing with IPAs. Is that
Yeah.
you either love it or it's like, oh my god, I am completely averse
Yeah.
to this flavor, and it's something in your taste buds.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the throwback and the nostalgia and paying homage to stuff. So, Peterstown Pilsner, I
Yes.
appreciate that Peterstown is
Well,
the
yeah.
north end of Waterloo here. Is
Is that
named
what this
after
was? The
Peterstown.
Pilsner?
Yeah,
That was-
yeah,
Peterstown
Peterstown Pilsner. Yeah.
So
Okay,
I
yeah.
love that you named it after old time Waterloo. That's just great.
Yeah.
You know, there's not enough throwbacks anymore.
Oh, I think there is, but it's no.
fuck
but
you, Joe.
I agree. Fuck me. But what I'm saying though is I agree with you
Yeah.
because I really like heritage. I really like
Yeah.
knowing your roots, knowing where you came from.
Right.
You know, with the stubborn German. I mean,
Right.
you know who
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck you are. You know what I mean? I like it.
So what I
think so.
noticed is that Chris drank all the Pilsner.
I love it.
He didn't finish the Stubborn
Well, I
Fest.
will. I need something to sip on here as we keep going.
Our
So-
you gotta have something
Yeah.
to cleanse the palate.
Right,
Yeah, right on.
And you know what? I guess I'll have me another suck down on that.
All right, are we
All right,
moving
what's
on?
next?
All right, so now we're gonna go. We're gonna go off the reservation here. So,
Yep.
this is
Polish
Polish champagne.
champagne.
So
All right.
this is a smoked
Describe
beer.
this.
So it's 100% wheat malt, and so there's no barley in it at all. It's all
Yeah.
wheat. If you have a wheat allergy, it's not gonna be pretty.
All right.
No, I'm only allergic to
It's
Mylar.
very clear. It's very clear.
It is
right?
clear. Yeah. Yep. It
There's
did
not a
clear
lot
up.
of
Oh, that
amber
almost
golden
looks like
color.
that almost looks like a sample.
It looks like
A urine-
champagne.
it looks like a urine,
urine
sample.
sample. So basically, the
bet it
the,
tastes better.
the
I bet
deal
it
with the
does.
Polish champagne is it's supposed to be a really spritzy beer. So it's really low alcohol. It's like 3.5%. This one's almost 4. So it's low alcohol, but it's really spritzy. So and they made it in Poland.
But if I wanted to put more
and it's-
booze in it, I could.
you could dump some stumpies in there, sure. I don't know what we'd have at that point, but maybe like a scotch almost because it's smoky. So
Yeah,
so yeah,
right on.
try this. This is a love it or
Okay.
hate it beer.
Oh, yeah,
I
let's
can't
do
wait to
this.
see your
Alright.
faces on this one.
To you.
Cheers,
Get in
gentlemen.
here, Ryan. Wow, that's
There's no
really
shit, it's
smoky.
smoky.
I feel
There's
like I'm
no
standing
shit.
on my
Yeah.
Weber
Sounds like a
grill
bratwurst.
right now.
Sounds like a bratwurst.
Yeah, this is summer sausage beer.
It is.
Holy shit.
That's a you
You
know
like
what?
it?
That would be a really good cooking beer. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Pair
pour
with
it on the
something.
grill.
Yep.
Pour it on your
So I got a question. I mean, how
like
do, how
that.
do you get that
That's a
smoky
good
flavor?
taste.
I mean,
So I do it the old-fashioned way. I buy it already smoked.
Nice.
what
But
what-
basically, they do it at the. So when you buy malt, you buy a bag of 55
really
pound sack
smoked
of malt,
malt. Okay.
and
That
it's,
has a
it's
really
smoked
good
oak smoke
aftertaste.
malt.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is oak smoke instead of beechwood. So some of
Yeah.
the German Rauch beers are beechwood smoked, and that's kind of a really harsh
aged.
beechwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beechwood smoke.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But it's that's a really harsh
Yeah, yeah.
flavor, where this is a lot more smooth
Yeah.
and easier
so
to.
if you
Well,
want
it's
to
very
know,
smooth, but
holy shit, that's fucking delicious.
You like
That
it?
is.
Awesome. I
if
told
you
you
want to
it's a
know
love it or
what we're
hate it.
tasting right now, to bite a chunk off of some summer sausage, suck on it for a while,
right,
and that's
that's
what this
exactly
tastes
what
like.
the
that.
beer tastes
Oh,
like.
yeah,
But it's
in a
refreshing,
good way.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's smoked sausage mixed with beer. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. It's
Now,
amazing.
Yeah.
How
Great
did
cooking
you think to do that, or is
So
that a
this
thing
was,
that everybody's
uh,
doing? Or
this-
I've never had it before.
This was a home brewer won a competition, and I always stick my foot in my mouth pretty early on and say, whatever beer wins the competition, I'll brew it here. So the brewer comes,
Nice.
gives
Right
me
on.
the recipe, we
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it, and it's fun. I like doing that kind of stuff. It gets me out of my little hole back there.
You're fucking awesome,
but
man.
I did that, and this is the third time we made this batch. He comes down every time, and
And
we
he
make
wins
it together.
every
and-
time.
You know,
No, he
what-
doesn't.
you know
He only
what?
won once, but I keep
you know
inviting
what?
him back to
Keep
the love of
making his
beer.
beer.
It's
Yeah.
really cool that I mean you're not pompous or anything like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, that's what I was a home brewer like that the same way, and
That's
entering
fucking cool,
competitions
man.
and stuff. I was never that good to win anything like that, but
He just started a kick-ass
So I'll tell
business.
you what.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The first time I met,
you just fucking straight kicked off Waterloo though. So I mean,
the first time I met Chris, and he doesn't remember it. I remember it because he's a local celebrity.
Oh,
But
whatever.
I was, but it was Pumpkin Fest, or it was October. It was Pumpkin Fest up here in
Right.
town, and my wife and I were walking through town. The kids were off, whatever. I don't know, milking a goat or some shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And and she's like, "Oh, let's go they got free beer over here." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah." You'll twist my arm.
I'm there, right.
So I walked up, and Chris and his wife were there pouring beers, and he poured me a beer, and I don't know if it was you or your wife that said, "We're gonna have a brewery here in town. Stay tuned."
Right behind us. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And you gave my wife a sticker that said something about
She said stubborn, right?
Yeah,
and
it
then,
said
the
she
stubborn.
said
We still have a
stubborn.
few
Yeah.
of those left,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
And so my wife, again, 100% German, and she was like, "I like those people." And I was like, "I like their beer. It's all good. It's all positive." But honestly, if I'm telling you 1,000% truth, I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
I looked at this town and I was like, man, I don't know, man. It's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
you
little
did, man.
There's a lot of little taverns.
You got to be at least a little bit crazy to do this.
Yeah, to do what you did and to open up
think we're there.
a German brewery.
Hair on your balls, man. That's what you got.
Yeah.
You got Hassenpfeffer.
Haas and pepper.
Hassenpfeffer.
So
Now, we talked about there's been this sort of renaissance in Waterloo of businesses. And personally, I feel like you guys kind of started it. I
You
mean,
definitely.
People say
maybe
that,
there was
and
something before you, but you guys are the first ones to kind of do this, like decorate an old building.
When you
in
say
old
people say
style.
that,
people
do
say
you
that
mean the
it's just
Chamber
by
of
chance.
Commerce?
Yeah, right.
The Chamber of Commerce says that,
they put us on the poster, so
They pretty much they shake my hand every time they see me now because I pretty much
but it was
saved
really-
the town.
it was
No,
really
no,
you. I mean, Gallagher's was here
Gallagher's
before.
was here,
Right.
JD's, Randy's. There were a
Right.
few, anchors here.
But
But
it was
I don't know.
really
it
Gallagher's and
happened
you.
right after we opened, and
Yeah.
Hopskeller was in the works at the same time
Right.
we were. So
Right.
But it's such a
Uh,
beautiful
yeah.
setup you guys got going on here.
Oh,
And
for
it's
sure.
Really, and you're drawn from all over the area now.
Yeah.
It's not just Waterloo coming here.
And-
I mean, you're grabbing St. Louis. You're grabbing everywhere. This is a talk of a great night.
of the metropolitan area.
Yeah.
You wanna come down
you can
and have a
spend
great
a
night.
weekend here if you
Oh,
want. I mean,
hell
there's
yeah,
bed
you
and breakfast. If you want to go that far, you can.
Is that what your next
There's-
business is? You're going to open up a bed and
No,
breakfast?
there will be no more businesses after this.
But to be clear, so there, I do think you're right. Gallagher's they were a little bit before you, and they kind of started that upscale,
Sure.
old architecture,
Right.
old
They
style.
set the
restaurant.
tone
They did.
for
and you guys came
everyone
right
else.
after them. But after you was Hopskeller. We got the wine bar, even Randy's, which personally I would call kind of a dive bar until now.
Sure.
Now it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you got the whatever's coming on the corner that they're
Well, you got
renovating
the
right.
wine
now.
bar down
Another
there.
bar,
You got
yeah.
Triple R down there.
Yeah.
Waterloo is just
And now
double R,
with
triple R.
They call it a Nashville style
I'm sorry,
bar.
what's
I don't
the,
even know
yeah.
what that means.
I don't either. We're gonna
You
find
got
out.
the bean tree down the
No,
street.
I'm not even talking. What
I
just
don't know.
opened?
What just
It,
opened?
it's not open yet. They're working on it.
The
It's-
Nashville
that-
bar
that's
is on the
the-
corner.
or something?
I'm not talking about
Oh,
that.
oh,
the
the
barbecue
place.
place. The barbecue.
Oh,
Well,
Shorty's,
Shorty's, yeah.
Shorty's.
I guess we should mention
Right,
Shorty's
we
that
should.
just
Probably
opened
mention
like 4
Shorty's.
days ago.
And
Yeah.
that- yeah,
Which
that's
we all
great.
had their barbecue tonight. It was
Did you?
delicious.
Good.
So I know
Oh,
we got
yeah.
more beer
Awesome.
to drink here, Chris, but I wanted
yeah.
to ask you.
Yeah.
So you live next door to Shorty's. You're backdoor neighbors with
Gallagher's.
with Gallagher's,
Right.
and you have it seems like a good relationship with Stumpy's.
Yeah.
And so
Hopskeller.
I mean, you guys
Well,
are
and
set.
Hopskeller
You
too.
guys are
Yeah,
just
yeah.
set to win the game, man.
Well,
You're
but-
going to win the game.
But what? How do you?
We're trying to win.
Do you have to work these relationships, or
Oh,
is
totally,
it just?
yeah.
Well, sure.
So
Yeah,
I mean, you guys
absolutely.
are arranging
Every day,
things
all
and-
day. That's our job. I mean, in my free time, I brew beer for to feed the bar. But
Right.
we do events. We figure out ways to collaborate.
Right.
That's our job. That's
Yeah.
my wife's job, 100%.
See, that's
and
beautiful.
mostly-
And, you
That's
know,
beautiful.
what I
that's,
do.
That's what
Yeah.
we're trying to do with our podcast too. You
Right.
know, just grow it.
Yeah.
You nurture it. You
Right,
pour
you get-
water
you-
on it when you have to.
Exactly.
You can really dump water on this stuff.
You get drunk.
Well, maybe not. Maybe you pour.
Suddenly people start
Water,
listening.
Stumpy's on it.
semen. I don't know.
We poured a little bit of beer on it, and
Knee
it hasn't
cartilage.
worked out well.
No, you get to buy new stuff.
But the partnership idea,
Yeah.
which I don't think, maybe I think about it because I look at the relationships that you've had. Or you have, and I'm like, wow, he's working. You're hustling.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a fucking
you
hustler, man.
You and your wife are hustling.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's nonstop. You're always thinking, or even if you're off, you like air quotes off.
So how
you're
much-
still thinking about that kind of stuff,
So
or
here's-
something might inspire you to.
You know what,
we need to
though?
do this. And,
Right.
I see
So
you.
here's an
you're-
exclusive question for you.
Yeah.
How much impact did you have on Shorty's being next door to you?
None. I mean, I don't think they'll probably say otherwise. But so we had a business. What was it? Business beer. Basically, people that want to have a business.
Right. You had a consortium here.
Come and drink beer
Yeah.
and spew your idea. So they do
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a minute kind of thing. They wanted to have a barbecue restaurant. They weren't really sure where they were going to do it or what to do next. And they basically said their idea and found out that the building next door was going to be remodeled and needed a tenant, and
Right.
kind of it all went there.
I
And
think
they
the
said,
mo-
yes, I want to be right next
I
to you.
think
And I'm
the
like, I
model
want you to be next to me.
that
Right.
you I think the model that you have with no food, that's
Yeah.
perfect. When I want to drink, I want to just get fucking drinking.
Well, it's
I don't need a menu. I don't.
Right.
Show me the shortest way to chase the snakes off my arm, and that's all I need. But I love that you
Yeah.
incorporate. And fuck, I don't care if you bring a bag of chips in here or whatnot.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great business model.
Well, then
You're
I can't make a
yours.
grilled cheese sandwich. So
Did you guys
went into it as
consider-
well?
Did you consider at some point like saying, should we serve food? Should we have a kitchen?
Don't do it ever.
You had to have thought
we.
about
I
that,
mean,
right?
so there was some space in the basement that we're like, well, if we ever wanted to, I guess
Which
that's what we
the
would
basement
do.
here is fucking
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
basement's
the
great.
40th here
Had
was
the
great.
40th party. It was awesome. Anyway,
Yeah, I missed
Played
that.
But
Naked
yeah,
Twister. It was awesome.
Oh,
so not
that
really.
was that
You didn't
party.
really ever go down that road. You
No,
didn't-
never.
You
never
just hardcore.
once. We had one
brewery.
guy, say, "Oh, I could be your cook," or whatever. And like, well,
Yeah,
if you're gonna
right.
build the kitchen, then
Right.
go for it. But
Right.
Right.
You want to cook outside
I
the
don't wanna
fucking
pay for
tent
that.
and then
Now,
sell
does,
it.
does it offend you if people call this a bar instead of
No.
a
No,
microbrewery?
I-
or what do you call this place?
both a
Home?
brewery, bar,
brewery,
yeah, home,
okay.
hell,
Yeah.
Hey,
all the above.
let's
You wanna
let's
keep
suck
drinking?
down
Yeah, let's do
another
another
All right.
one. All right, are we doing the mango
Let's
habanero?
do- yeah. What the hell? Let's do that. Mango habanero.
Now,
so
what-
it is.
What
It's
does
exactly
the
what it.
backstory here.
This
This is pretty different,
It's
right?
one of those. I don't know.
We went
you
to the
see it in
islands,
barbecue
met a
sauce
girl.
and-
You know how that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
goes.
That seems to be a popular pairing. Something with some heat and
Yeah.
something that's fruity or sweet, and it seems to pair well together. So
Uh-huh.
that's
mango habanero.
Gentlemen,
Here we go.
right
Cheers,
there.
gentlemen.
Touching asses,
dong.
baby.
That's good. That's a
is
a
fucking
fruity
tasty.
beer.
I
with-
was just gonna. Well, you chugged the whole thing. I was just gonna say. Usually, the
you gotta
second drink you
savor
get
it.
the heat. So,
Well,
do you get
I
any
got the
heat?
heat. I got
Oh,
the
okay.
heat.
So my wife drank it. We were here last Thursday, and she I
Yeah.
ordered her a glass of it, and I took a sip after drinking Blitzkrieg.
Uh-huh.
So that's the
And-
backhand.
which was I think part of my problem.
Yeah, it could be a
is
little
that
weird.
My palate
Sure.
was tainted.
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, I don't taste any heat. I don't taste much of anything because I was drinking an IPA, a
Yeah.
pretty potent
Oh yeah.
IPA.
Oh, that'll
But
wreck
now
your palate. Yeah.
I drink this and I taste everything. I do.
Yeah,
I
you
get the mango.
get the mango, you
I
get the
get that bite on the
habanero.
back of the palate.
So I drank it like an asshole, which I do everything. So I sucked her down. But okay, as I'm taking it, I got full mango taste.
yeah.
Full mango taste. Got her down in the gullet. I'm getting all the heat. I'm getting all
Yeah,
that.
it bites
that-
you on the.
But
right back here.
it's not a
Yeah.
bite. It's not a bite. It's just that. It's just that.
It's
hot
the heat,
It's,
like after you eat some hot wings or whatever, right?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
telling you.
Now, see,
So-
there's other fruit beers out there like raspberry ales or
Can't
whatever
do it.
that are
Can't
they're
do
like
it.
too fruity.
Yeah.
And this is like
Come here,
the
Corey, you
perfect amount
motherfucker.
of,
Corey,
like,
Corey's gonna
mango.
try out the mango habanero.
It's good.
we
It's
make
good.
a we make a
Suck
blueberry wheat that everybody
It's good.
seems to
I
buy
want- it's good.
here, and
But
yeah,
take a
I'm not a
sip
fan
of
of it, so
Yeah, but take a
This
sip.
is good.
I begrudgingly make blueberry wheat, but I
Right.
like mango habanero.
mango habanero, and it does have some heat, some kick.
Yeah,
That is delicious. That is absolutely delicious.
Good job.
Not
now,
your thing.
now,
not a fan over there.
did you come up with this, Chris? Is
Well,
this
bring that
your
back because I'll drink the
creation?
rest of that.
Are you
what,
inspired by
what was
something
this
else?
one?
yeah.
This was
like a waiter invented it or
a group of women bought a.
I knew it.
Yep. Yeah. Right.
Group
Start-
of
start
women
that.
bought.
They came
a-
in here. No, they
bought a
we
clothing store.
donated a brew day to our kids' school silent auction thing, and they wanted.
okay.
And then I said, "What do you want to make?" And
Yeah.
they said mango habanero, and I was
You were
like,
like,
"All right,
"What the
we can." we can try that. I haven't done anything like that. So
it's a
I
good
was
idea.
game, but we only did a half tank of it. And it sold. I should have done the whole thing.
It's
it sold so
solid
fast.
gold. It
So
is
this
good stuff.
is the next batch of,
Now,
of that.
now that is
basically. So-
definitely not a beer I could sit down and cut the lawn with.
No, well, yeah. This
Right.
is a one and done kind of beer, which
Oh,
I have
I
a
would,
few
I
of
would
those.
say you could
It's-
have 2 of those. That because it's
Yeah.
got the sweet and the heat. You walk right. That's
So-
no. There's no different to that beer than having 2 cheddar jalapeno bratwurst.
Sure,
Right.
you're exactly right.
So not to promote another small brewery, but O'Fallon. I'm sure you're probably friends with them and familiar with them, but
Absolutely.
At least
they
know
make
'em.
Weech.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it's one of their, I think it's one of their best-selling beers out there.
Right.
Have you ever? I mean, I know you make the blueberry wheat, but have you ever thought about making a Weech?
Have you ever
I've never-
considered ripping off another microbrewery?
Well, I mean,
Well,
stealing
first of all, there are no
Call it-
such thing as an original idea in
Right,
beer.
right,
There,
right.
but
it's all been done,
but
right?
I know it's very hard. It's hard to name beers anymore. It's all tough. But no, I haven't. It has crossed my mind. I just haven't done it yet. So it's on the list.
I homebrewed for about a year and a half.
Oh, congratulations!
And-
he was almost as good as
Maybe.
you. Not at
Yeah.
all.
No, I don't think there's no congratulations in
Oh,
order.
I brewed a ton of clunkers at home, so it's okay.
My first round was a brown ale. It was
Yep.
a great success, and I enjoyed the
Great
hell out
success.
of it. And everybody drank it. All my friends was like, "Oh my god, you're awesome!"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, it was a kit." And everything I did was a kit until I tried to do a Weech. And I did just a wheat beer,
Yeah.
and I tried to add peach
Yep.
extract, and it didn't quite ferment properly. It took
Yeah.
quite a bit longer than I expected it to.
Amateur.
And then I ended up throwing a lot of it away because it just didn't carbonate.
Wasn't
And
doing it for you.
It just
Yeah.
but and that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, all right, I
Yeah.
like drinking beer a lot more than I like brewing beer. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It is, yeah. To do it right, it's
now,
tough.
before we get to the last beer on our flight, along these lines, how did you take that jump, that leap from home brewing in your garage or whatever to fucking starting a business?
It's fucking nuts, man.
This is crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, you
Had
got
to
to look
be
back. It's just
nerve-wracking, right? How'd
Oh
you
yeah,
do it?
hell
absolutely.
yeah, it was.
Well, honestly, the thing that kicked me into gear is I had on 2 separate occasions I had friends basically say your beer's great, you need to have a
Yeah.
brewery, and I tried to convince them so hard that no, I can't
You're
do
an
that.
idiot.
I'm a home brewer. It's
Yeah.
way different than pro
Right.
brewing. I wouldn't have the first idea how. I don't want to go there, I don't want to ruin a good hobby, that kind of thing. I had all these excuses, and the second one that approached me about it kept at it, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll throw numbers together. I'll show you that it
We
can't
love
work.
that guy, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Whoever that
and,
was.
So I did all this research,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, damn it,
Actually.
it can probably work. So here we are.
So what you're
I
saying,
worked with a-
saying is you're a math geek.
No, not at all.
Well, you did
No, I worked at
You worked it
at-
out and said, shit.
at Southtown.
Yeah, exactly.
I worked at Southtown Dodge with one of your biggest fans and a good friend of yours,
Aaron, yeah.
and he
Awesome.
talked you up big time, and that would have been in your infancy and
Yeah.
when it was when you were just starting out, and he found I talked to him, and basically how I got to know Aaron is I did him a favor, and he was like, oh yeah, it's great, and then we got to talking, and then said, oh, you're from Waterloo, and then he talked
Yeah.
about you, and he says, I'm a good friend, and thank you so much. God, that's so wonderful. I just love booze, and
Kelly.
Kelly. Blitzkrieg.
and you guys were young, like the stickers and everything, and so I heard him talking about the story. I wanted to say it to you. That's kind of how I got to know
Gotcha.
you or your facility
Yeah.
and everything. And man, you were just. I'm really proud of you. I'm happy.
Oh, gosh.
I'm a huge fan of what you're doing here.
Let me try
Well,
to paint a
thanks.
picture of Chris. So he's got this great brewery here, but he's this baby-faced guy that he just looks like the.
I've been working on my beard for years.
He's the guy
I
next.
was trying to get
there,
my
isn't it?
brewer beard, but
He's the guy next door that just likes beer, and he's the everyman, and that is I think what part of the
That's the
appeal
best
is
part of it all.
of why you have a success here is that people. Well, I'm telling you, whenever I met you at Oktoberfest,
Yeah.
or Pumpkin Fest,
yeah.
that I was like, that's a real
It's a
and
genuine
I
guy.
think at that point I was still making my own beer, and I was like, that guy's for real. That guy is passionate about it. You served me 2 beers, and you're like, well, this is da-da-da, and I don't even remember what the hell you said to me, but
Neither do I.
You guys want to do this last beer?
He was an easy customer.
I like all beer.
I will say,
cold beer is preferable, but
Sure, yeah.
to dance this real quick, we're real proud of you, man. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see a local boy make it good.
You're all too kind. I appreciate it.
And I really appreciate and host us.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah, no, I
definitely.
appreciate that.
So I do have a couple like questions for you.
Sure, yeah,
So
go for it.
I'm a businessman.
You don't want to
Yeah.
suck
This
this
is my
beer
colleague
down?
here. He works with me. He's worked with me for 7 years.
Yeah.
But so I love like Shark Tank and and just shows about how to run a business.
Right.
So
we watch The Prophet all the time.
yes,
Love that show, yeah.
The Prophet is
It's
Marcus Lemonis is a genius.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So do you think about like when you watch The Prophet? Do you think about like what are my threats? What are my weak spots?
Shitty
yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Allowing assholes.
That's
in-
his threat.
Letting a podcast get arrested in the bar.
Well, I don't know.
People that come in and run out every
you guys
customer in the
are
building.
you guys are like 20% of the or 25% of the people in here, so maybe it was a good idea.
It's a Thursday though. It's nothing for you.
No, like I said, you never stop thinking about that stuff. So for watching those shows, you're constantly trying to apply whatever's going on
Right.
to, or does this apply, or can
what
it?
are your
or,
margins?
What
You
can
know,
I take from this?
are you
And
working
I'm
the
terrible. No, I'm not the math nerd that you kind of labeled me as. I'm not at all. I'm bad with that stuff. We're more kind of like.
What makes the
do
customer
things
happy.
right, try not to spend too much, and usually the bills get paid.
Right.
That's probably a terrible way to run a business. But
No, but
You know what, though? But you know,
no,
the
the
fucked
bills
up
getting
thing-
paid is the most important
Yeah,
aspect
yeah.
of it. If you're having fun and the customers are enjoying your product, I think
that's number one. And if you can't pay the bills by doing that, then I guess it shouldn't be happening.
10 years from now,
Exactly.
you're going to have a gold dog, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Now, the backstory to that is, I think it's okay to say, you had another small business before.
Yeah, no,
the
it's
Stubborn
actually not
German.
okay to say.
It's not okay. We won't talk about it. Fucking never
There
mind.
you go, Jared. We have shut your mouth, Jared. Cuff them and stuff them.
We don't speak of that.
Right.
Yeah,
But you
we
had a
had an
successful
auto
business,
shop for
right?
8 years
Here in town,
Here in
yeah.
town, yeah, and that
wow.
that was kind of I mean, this was nerve wracking, but
Yeah.
that was like crazy because I left a good, well paying,
Yeah.
a good paying job, I'd
Right.
say, nothing crazy, but just wasn't a fan of the way it was run. It was a big corporate kind of a auto shop, and it's like I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own
Yeah.
boss. I want to make my own decisions.
I hate
wanna,
fucking cars.
Oh, me too.
That's how I make my money, and I fucking hate them.
Did that help you? Like the fact that I think you were successful with that.
Yeah.
So did that help you kind of take the plunge with this? Like
Oh
you,
yeah,
you knew you could
Well,
pull it off, right?
because we
Yeah.
knew that
You knew
we
business.
were enough business savvy enough to be able to make this
Well, they
work,
said,
or we
you
thought
know,
we were. It gave us confidence
a
anyway.
lot of people say that if you don't love what you do, then you'll never be able to succeed.
to do it,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you can't do it for any extended period of time if you don't
Right.
love what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
Now-
you're the pinnacle of that because I mean you love beer, you love brewing beer, and I mean I think that's you're a testament to all things business, right? You know.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's me. Yeah,
you.
yeah. What's up?
Being on the business, like, where do you want to go? Like, what's your vision? Like, where do you want to
God,
end
that's
up?
I don't know. What do I want to be when I grow up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
it's great, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, what's next? There's always like,
Yeah.
small business people are always
Stubborn
hungry for
German
more. Like,
franchise.
what's the next thing I can do to be awesome?
honestly, for me, it probably sounds bad, but milk this place for all it's got. I mean, that's the goal.
He
Do
wants to
everything
have
we can inside
3
these 4
podcasts
walls.
a night.
Yes, 3 podcasts every night.
Well, that's fucking awesome because we don't have nothing to do. Honestly, I quit working weeks ago.
You know, look, if you want us to be the official podcast of
Yeah,
Stubborn
yeah.
You know,
German,
it's warm in
we
here.
will be
It's
here
nice.
every
We can
Thursday.
keep
I
your
can
sign
wash
up all
my
the time,
clothes in
yeah.
the sink. It's perfect.
your home turf. Yeah.
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 But no, we don't have any plans to expand. We purposely built the walls in front there to where we brought the tanks in first, then built the walls.
Yeah.
So those tanks won't leave, and we can't get anything bigger in unless we
So
do
you're
some
locked-
major.
you're
yeah,
locked in.
this is it.
He's fucking awesome, man.
I don't.
You're
I don't
fucking
wanna, We
awesome.
thought about that pretty hard. It's like I don't want to get any bigger. Bigger breweries equal bigger headaches.
Well, see, but that's the
You know?
feeling I got from him when I met him at Pumpkin Fest. Is like he was all about beer and making himself happy, while making everybody else happy.
Yeah, I mean,
which is
this is
it's
all
a
good. This
big-
is what
it's-
we're doing.
it's
So yeah,
important.
so my goal is
Hey.
to make even better beer tomorrow than I did yesterday.
Shut the fuck up. Let's drink this last one.
Do this. What,
All right,
describe this.
This
What do we
is
got
this
here?
one's called
This is
Leroy
Stub Light.
Brown.
Leroy
Bad,
Brown.
bad
Leroy
Leroy
Brown.
Brown.
That's right. So
Baddest
it's
cat
an
in the whole
American
damn
brown
town.
ale. It's got a little
Isn't
dry
this the one that
hop.
fucked
You're
the
gonna
cat?
chug yours. I'm
Who
gonna
fucked
sip
the
mine.
cat?
Brown ale.
Mine says
Bro,
Stub
let's do
Light.
this. Get in here.
Yeah,
fellas.
it was
No,
supposed to
that's
be
wrong.
Stub Light.
Remember he ran out.
All right, bad.
Oh,
bad
yeah.
Leroy Brown.
Leroy Brown.
So Stub Light's not that. This is the one that fucked the cat.
That's good. So
So
in my head, just tasting it, it tastes like kind of like the Stubborn Fest.
All right.
It's a little heavier,
a little bit, yeah. Hoppier,
hoppier. Yeah,
darker,
Yeah,
darker
yeah.
flavors.
Yeah.
kinda-
Since you guys are
pretty
smart,
dark.
since
Just
you
looking
guys
at
are,
it, it's dark.
yeah.
since you guys are smarter than me, just let me go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right,
Compare this to Bud Light.
night and day. So it's a heavier beer, but not so heavy like a Guinness. It's not that caramely taste.
No, I think it has a lot of caramel taste.
No.
Should we correct him or just let? Do you guys just let him talk and
Yeah,
then?
we let him go. But I think it has a lot of malt. It has a lot
him
of
in
that
his place,
caramely
Chris.
flavor to it.
But
Give him the what's what.
yeah. But it's definitely got that hop taste.
Yeah.
I got that hop taste.
Yep, there are hops in it.
Hills,
So-
yeah.
So
we definitely
so
put
Chris,
hops in this one.
Chris, let me
Yeah, you're gonna have
give
to
you an
decipher
example.
it, yeah.
So last week, I think I told you this last Thursday, we drank hams.
Yes.
And we did
You
a
gotta
beer
listen to
review
it.
of hams. And you should listen.
I will. I will find
and
this one.
it was one of the most epic beer reviews of all time. So, I mean, you've drank hams.
I have. Yes.
Okay. And what okay, on 1 to 10, what would you give hams?
Oh,
About a negative
minus
7.
something. Yeah.
It's a
you know, I-
good domestic lager.
I was not half the beer nerd I am now when I had hams last,
Right.
so I probably
We
shouldn't
are
comment on
definitely.
it.
So
I am
got,
a Stag fan.
really?
Yeah,
I love
hell
Stag, yeah.
That's
I
right
wish
up
it-
there
yeah.
with hams. I mean,
But I would
it's
do
on the
Stag.
same
Well, then I may like
plane.
hams.
Yeah, you need to try it again. I think he's
on-
got 27 more.
Yeah, I gotta. See,
If
here's
I
the
give
thing.
you like $3, could I have them?
I wanted to buy hams for the beer review, and Schnucks only sold 30 packs. So I've got
So he bought 30.
30
Just open it up and grab a
hams.
couple.
Yeah, I've got like 15 left in my refrigerator.
I would not. I will tell you this right now. Love it or hate it, I would never give you a ham's beer review. How's that
So
sound?
generally, we do beer reviews of good beers.
Sure.
No, of beers, not necessarily good beers.
Just beer.
You
Wow.
never know.
Consider the source, but,
we,
yes, yeah.
But we truly do. Every major episode or every full episode,
We've done
we do a beer review.
craft beers, and we've done Miller High Life.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just you never know what you're
That's
gonna get.
awesome. No, that's good. Well, it's all beer. It is
Yeah,
beer.
I
Like
mean,
it or not, it
see,
is.
I
Yeah.
can
I mean,
appreciate
it's just
the-
another
the
man's
cheap,
opinion,
shitty
right?
lagers.
That's right.
Joe tends to gag on the Miller High Lifes and
and he,
PBRs.
Yeah,
But he
that
always
shit.
what's your beer of
open
choice?
throats, whatever the hell it is.
Bud
I always
Light.
drink
Oh.
them like
okay,
that.
so
Part of me
that's-
just died.
I wanted to ask Chris that. What do you do? How do you handle the average customer that comes in and says, "Well, I like Bud Light. What do you got?" What do you say?
You
How do you
try not to
handle
laugh
that guy?
too hard.
Right.
You don't laugh.
embarrass
You got to
them.
be respectful and all that.
So
Yeah.
if someone
They-
goes
they-
in,
would you-
I first of all, I'm honored that somebody that would only that normally drinks Bud Light
Yeah.
would actually walk into my place
Right.
and. You know, sometimes they do come up and just say, "I'll have Bud Light," and it's like, well, we make our own beer here.
Yeah,
We're
we
a
don't have
brewery.
that.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of what we do. But if they come in and they say, "I typically drink Bud Light. What do you
Right.
think I should have?" And they
I
kind of
would
have an
s-
open
I would
mind.
say the Pilsner.
We're all
maybe,
good.
or
We usually give them the
Peterstown
Kolsch. Kolsch
Kolsch,
is the
yeah,
is the
Kolsch is
driest,
good. Yeah,
lightest.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
get that, did I?
You should
We're
have some
going to
Kolsch.
get you a Kolsch, Joe.
Kolsch coming
next
up.
time.
Yeah, we got, we're gonna
Well, you know what I want? If we're fucking if
Every other kind of we're experimenting. We're gonna try this.
Where's the?
There's not really a lot of
gunpowder
method to the
flavor?
madness there,
Yeah.
but I mean,
So I did wonder about that too. How do you decide? I mean, you've got probably
Talking to the
a
mic.
dozen different beers that are like always on the menu.
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
you pick those and decide that this is what I want to sell? You know, like
Well, trying to label myself as a German brewery. That's how a lot of that. You
Yeah.
know, obviously the Oktoberfest that we're doing year round had to be there for me.
Delicious.
You want something light. You want something
was
dark.
very
So
good,
the
yeah.
Pilsner is light. Shits and Giggles is a dark German lager. Munich Dunkel.
I want to try that.
What
next.
else do we have? Alt beer we just have because I love it. If my wife and the bartenders had their way, it would be gone.
Yeah.
Kolsch is that beer for the Bud Miller Coors drinkers.
Well,
We'll-
I don't
we're gonna
know. I don't
save
know
it.
when that, but it was over here, and I don't know when
For
that.
those
button
of you
got
who are
hit.
still listening, we had some technical difficulties.
We missed some gold. There,
Man, that's
though.
stuff that we were talking about.
Yeah.
That
Oh
probably
my
didn't
God.
get on.
That whole ass kissing
Life-changing
session.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
told all my recipes.
Yeah,
Did you hear them?
revealing the secrets of the brewing industry.
How to
And
break
it's a
into-
shame that they were not captured.
Sorry.
I believe
It's
they didn't get
no,
that.
it's,
Now,
And I swear to God, I pulled out. I don't,
we should know, but how long have you been in business here at Stubborn German?
It'll be 3 years this April.
3 years.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
All right, so
congratulations.
are we wolfing
That's
these?
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
what is
are we doing
Do you,
this?
do you feel like you've kind of
What is this?
you're
This-
there
oh,
now?
this
You don't have to
whiskey.
worry
This is whiskey.
anymore.
This is straight. So I think
sorta.
I think
Okay.
But I think the minute you actually think like that is
Yeah.
the minute you relax,
Good.
and that's
Good
not
for
good.
you.
So
Chris, what
Now,
is-
let's
they-
drink some
these
bourbon.
guys want to drink
Hold
bourbon.
on, tell us what
this
this
is
is.
Redemption
Redemption.
bourbon. This is like 93 proof, 80,
Oh,
84
shit.
proof.
This is the shit I don't drink on
Corey,
air.
you get half of this.
I sip bourbon. I don't chug. You can chug. I don't care. This honestly, this is kind of a it's a
bourbon's a-
$2.50 shot at half price, so it'd be a
Oh, that's got
$5
some
normal.
fucking hate
It's
to her.
it's
Bourbon's
pretty.
a waste on me. Corey, he knows his
Yeah.
bourbon.
It's good.
I know
it's
nothing
just fine.
about bourbon. I just know this isn't causing me to
It-
have
it's
like
tasty.
I thought we were
panic
cutting. I
attack
thought we were going
on
to
the
cut
way
this
down.
with a little soda or something.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, you
I didn't
should
make it for you though.
pour that in there and see what happens.
I can tell what's going to happen right there. That fucking baby's gonna
Redemption
make
is their own brand. They Redemption sources from Indiana, from MGP, where a lot of the like I said with Stumpies, if they were to
Yeah.
source, they'd probably
Right.
source from that place in Indiana. But they don't. Redemption does. Yeah, yep. They're a bottling company. They pick the barrels that they want, blend them together however they want. They started with rye whiskey and then they moved to bourbon. So this is their bourbon.
So I'm going to say that it's smooth, and it is, and it's got a fucking taste of heat. But I haven't eaten since noon, and I could probably puke.
Now, we had a brief whiskey
all have
episode before this.
Oh, shit.
Can you explain to us what makes a bourbon as opposed to a whiskey or a scotch or whatever?
So
Tell the,
there's
uninformed.
legal definitions that have to be followed to be
In
bourbon.
our-
Bourbon has to be 51% corn.
Okay.
It has to be distilled, coming off the
Bone.
still at less than 160 proof.
Yep.
But I think it's got to be at least
Corey's got this in our
120. I
Outcast,
want to
too.
say. I'm not sure on that. And it has to be bottled at least 80 proof. Has to spend some time. It literally could be a day, but it has to spend some time in a new charred oak container.
Yep.
If
there
you do all that,
something
it's
to do with
bourbon.
Kentucky or no?
no?
Nothing? I thought
it's
that
got to be
was.
in the
Okay.
has to be in the United States to be called bourbon.
Okay.
But yeah,
charred
bourbon can be anywhere in the
barrel
United States.
Whatever.
so
okay.
can whiskey be
Sam knew-
anywhere?
Whiskey is
Sam knew
so
everything.
whiskey is like the parent or the main category. Underneath whiskey, you
Sam
have
knew everything.
bourbon. You have
Scotch?
bourbon whiskey, Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, rye
even
whiskey,
fucking care.
So they're
Canadian
all-
whiskey,
they're all whiskeys.
Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
They're
Those
all
are all
whiskeys.
whiskeys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tennessee whiskey. Put a girl in a dress.
Have you
I
ever
can't wait to see
entertained the
her
idea of
big
doing a
old
whiskey?
flopping breasts.
Do you make a whiskey?
I would love to, but I don't have a still.
Okay.
We did an apple schnapps with Stumpies. So basically, we made a cider and then
Big old
took it to
flop
Stumpies
breast.
and distilled it there, and now it's apple
Tennessee
schnapps.
whiskey. I don't give a damn.
So it's working. I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if you
show
noticed
you
that.
this insider
There's
shit,
definitely
damn.
alcohol in this bourbon.
This is an effective bourbon.
There may be alcohol. That-
probably at least a little bit.
You know what? Hey, Chris, I'm not
Sort-
gonna lie to you. I think there's booze in this.
Sources,
Someone put some booze in your bourbon. I don't know who did it.
sources say there's booze in this.
I'm gonna
whiskey.
tell you right now. Hey, fellas, line for line, tit from tit. I love getting drunk.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now,
I don't want to cut wounds. I don't want to salt,
It's,
whatever vaginas.
It's
I like getting drunk.
it's damn near closing time here at
It is.
the
I don't
Stubborn
wanna-
German.
And I
You
ain't
know what
trying
the
to
real
piss on your
pisser of
toe.
it is that I don't know how many minutes of broadcasting we lost
No,
there.
I'm gonna edit out, like,
I put
half an hour.
Because I put an elbow on the fucking mouse or some
Hey,
shit.
if we got to come
fucking
back and do this
damn
next
right.
week, I'm game. I mean,
On.
Looks like I know somebody's buying a T-shirt.
You don't know what you just bargained
Yeah.
into.
oh, did I say the wrong thing?
No,
Yeah.
no, we want to buy
No,
T-shirts.
No.
you
I'll
think
tell
you
you.
think we won't come back?
Hey,
Forget
you're gonna be
about
like
it.
these motherfuckers. I swear to God, they won't leave
Jesus
me
Christ!
alone.
I said maybe, and then the pricks kept showing up.
Now, I
Oh, we're
do
here to podcast.
I do want to make clear, legitimately, with all honesty, this is one of our favorite places to
Legitimately,
hang out in
yeah.
Waterloo, right?
Awesome.
This
Thank
is,
you.
Don't listen to him; he's drunk.
No. We
guys
love
are all
it here.
No, it's the why. Look at me, I'm svelte.
We all have kids, and so we don't get out as often as we want. But when we do, I personally, and I know Ryan does too, we love coming
Yeah.
to Stubborn German.
Awesome.
It's so amazing to have a local place.
Oh, you're
that
the parade route
that has built
motherfucker right
something
there.
As incredible as this is, and I'm not kidding, this is great.
So let
And,
me.
Thank you.
we love it here.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a great.
It's awesome.
It's a great little spot.
Now we
You're
want to
making me
talk about
blush.
some.
So
we want to
no,
promote.
I don't-
We
I
want
don't-
to promote some upcoming events.
Yeah, so I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I mean,
We got yoga going on right now in the
yes.
basement.
My wife
I
is
think it's over.
They
downstairs
got
right
upset.
now.
So they have.
They got
what
upset
do you,
'cause
what
I
do you
was
call
looking
it? You
through
call
the
it yoga at the brewery, or what do you call it?
A bend at the brewery.
Bend at the brewery.
Bend at the
Sweating to the oldies.
So,
I think that's what we call it.
every Tuesday,
Yeah.
at 7 p.m., the Queen of Hearts drawing, benefiting the St. Peter and Paul Catholic
Yes.
Church,
Good
and
for
my
you.
friend,
That's always a
my
good
friend,
crowd,
Mr.
yeah.
John Green.
John Green.
Yep.
And so it's a great program. And you guys, the last jackpot was help me with their.
Fucking
93,000.
It was like, it was like $90,000+.
Half the town was here.
That was nuts.
And Jared
That was
and I were
crazy.
here. Joe was here in spirit.
That was good for the
And-
bank account.
Oh my
yes.
God, it was unbelievable.
Both
a lot
theirs
of,
and ours.
plastic
Closed
cups.
the street down
yeah,
damn
just
near.
about. Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It was crazy.
So the second and fourth Wednesday of the month.
I love
Bingo!
I love
Bingo.
your outdoor concerts though.
Yeah. Oh, Stubborn Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
So that
I was
I'll
here.
get to that. I'll get to that. Yes.
I would love another one.
No, I'm gonna get a beer out of the tank.
He wants some.
Last call, she said.
No, I'll get it.
Can I get?
I want a beer out of the tank with Chris.
Can I get?
Charge me whatever it takes.
I'll have what he's having. I don't know what that is.
I don't want a full one. I wanted a sample.
Well,
all right.
All right, I'll take a Blitzkrieg.
Okay.
The little one.
I'll do a Pilsner.
Whatever he's having.
16. Yeah. And then you want the same as him?
I don't want the 16 though. I want the.
So
baby.
to break
yeah.
the silence here,
I
we
think we
have
were,
February 22nd. We have
sorry.
crafts and drafts, which is you make a wood sign of your choice with a local, Mary, and it's
Something
a good,
fun to do, yeah.
it's a good
Something
time
different.
here at the
Yeah.
brewery, and
It's a fun
you
time.
can have a few beers. And if you're a lady and you don't like beer, you can bring your husband, and he can get drunk
That's right.
while you make a craft.
Or if you're a lady and you like wine, we have that too. Or
Yes.
mixed
Hey,
drinks.
so hey,
This is all good.
hey, Chris, I have a question.
There's no losers in
So
this thing.
Or
if I
not.
was to sit here and say I had a great time and I got drunk,
Okay.
which I did, is that a bad term to say
No.
at your establishment? Drunk.
That you got drunk?
Yeah.
No. I mean, that's what
I mean-
happens. As long as you're not driving home, then you're good to go.
No.
Great.
I actually have no
All right.
vehicles here.
No.
Well,
solid gold.
that's a good thing.
But
Now I do want to say.
I don't
I don't
wanna-
think it's on Ryan's list here, but you need to come up here and check out Shorty's barbecue smokehouse,
definitely.
and bring that shit over
God
to
damn it, I got
Stubborn
about- I
German.
got
We're
about
pushing
7
that
more
hard right
things.
now.
Oh,
yeah.
I got the whole
You
list
don't
of
know what he
stubborn
wants us-
German
Go
events.
to our
Go ahead.
website. It's all on
Yeah,
there.
it's all there.
You don't want to
But
waste time with that.
You know, look, I mean, so here's what
So hit Stubborn Fest. That's the
Stubborn
that's
Stubborn
the big one.
Fest.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna
I'm
be
telling you what,
awesome.
That's yours. That's your baby.
This last year, Stubborn Fest, I came over the first time that I
Yeah?
had been. This is your second annual,
This
right?
was it was actually the third one.
Third annual?
No. This would have been that would have been oh my god.
This last one was
that
the
shit's
second or
awesome.
third annual.
Wow.
I got
I don't
chased
even
off.
know.
I got chased off. Hey,
Holy
you
shit,
know,
we got Chris drunk.
So the last
Was that
time
the
I was
third?
here
That
for
was the
that,
third one. This would
I
be the
got-
fourth one. That's
I got
crazy.
chased off by the cops.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Good
by
for
my
you.
neighbor who's a cop.
Well, do you blame him?
No, not at all.
You know what? I was having a good time, and then they started yelling "Siggy Saki."
Oh
And I
forget about
I was
it.
just
Forget
like, I was
about
like, hell yeah!
So let me tell you a little bit about the band that Chris brings to the Stubborn Fest.
Yes.
You have everybody's clad in lederhosen.
Oh yeah.
And there's a fiddle
I
player.
wear them for 3 days straight.
yeah,
straight.
yeah, and you do as well.
Oh well, hell
but
yeah.
this dude was wearing leather pants
Yeah.
and playing a fucking fiddle.
He's playing an accordion.
Accordion.
Yeah.
Sweating his ass
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Wearing
They
leather.
go nuts. And the tuba player,
Yeah.
the tuba player's tuba is this beat up tin can.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's got a
it's
hole in the side of it.
insanity.
It's hilarious.
It is. It's crazy
they're,
stuff.
They're awesome. They
Yeah.
are the life of the party.
And are they there
Yeah.
every year? You've got them locked down.
Yeah, we put the date around when they can play.
Right
so,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Now they're here Friday night, so it's two-day event, Friday and Saturday, October.
on the
4th
paper.
and 5th.
4th and 5th. And so the 4th would be Bulls and Beer Band headlining, and then the 5th is a band we've never had, but they're from Kansas City. They're called Apocalypse Wow, and they it's a
course. What a
accordion
great
player, a guitar player, and a tuba player, and a drummer.
Nice.
And it's the same thing. It's kind of like punk ska polka.
Polka punk.
Yeah.
Apocalypse now,
awesome.
folks.
Polka punk.
Yeah.
Did we
So
just
that's
invent
Saturday
that
night.
term?
No, they did.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And they're coming here. So
So, but so that's all great. But between then and now, we have
we have other stuff.
You got Pie Hard.
yeah, we got Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do
Pie Hard.
ice cream Sundays on a Sunday. So Sunday.
So Pie Hard
and we're gonna
is
pair
a-
those with beer. They have different flavors of
Is a
ice cream, and
pizza-
we're pairing that with beer.
Pie Hard is a pizza food truck
That
and
also does custard.
they do.
Did I say ice
frozen
cream?
custard?
I might have.
But they have settled here in beautiful downtown Waterloo.
He's double fisting. I mean, it's 9. You guys close in 10 minutes, and he's.
I bet they're
If
down.
you
No one
live
doubts
in
you,
the
Joe.
St. Louis metropolitan area and you
No one don't
enjoy,
show us, Joe. Don't show
Pie
us.
Hard, come down
Yeah.
to Waterloo because this is where they're based out of at this point.
They want to get their
And-
custard out there
So,
more, so
yeah.
this is a good thing for them.
Brief background. What is Pie Hard? That's
Pie-
a new
so
coming.
that's a food truck that
Yep.
they bought the
Oh,
old
yeah,
Subway
yeah,
building,
where the old Subway
and they're
is.
renovating that right now.
So it's gonna
They
be a
want to be
pizza
open,
place.
I think this year sometime. I'm not
Nice.
sure when. So they have pizza and custard, and they're gonna have beer too. So good.
Beer? Are they gonna have
craft
beer?
beer?
Hey,
Craft
man,
beer.
They're gonna have
If
your
they
beer.
want to
how
take
you
them,
feel
yeah.
about
They're gonna
the
have your beer. They're gonna have your beer.
Well, yeah, they
so
are.
the municipal band?
Yeah, Muni Band every
Muni
Tuesday
Band,
in the
yeah.
summer. Yep.
So
What'd you call that band?
I don't know what. Municipal.
Got a little
band.
sluggish on that U.
Whatever.
It's cool.
Yeah, what the fuck? Hey, man, I showed up, right? Didn't I?
Yeah,
You
I love
did.
you, Joe.
I found the address. Point is, I'm a big helper with that.
Are you really?
What do you do?
I think there may be a punchline.
No.
No?
No, so
You're setting us up here.
that's set up. That is actually set up by the So, my daughter is a
big in the
huge.
band.
Well, she's the.
okay.
She's
So
the,
you do the band parent, you do the ice cream and all that?
yeah,
Okay.
And
She
then I
is
help with
awesome.
this setup with the
Highly
seats and everything.
I'm in the Optimist Club, and we did it a
Yeah,
couple
nice.
times. Yeah,
And,
we walk around and
seen
dish out ice
Rodney.
cream. Oh yeah, Rodney's good people.
Yeah, Rodney's good people.
Yes, he is.
This is a good story.
Yeah, let's keep promoting me.
No, it's not. It's not you. It's
I swear,
I
we
mean,
are
it's-
we
it's
are
what-
not-
it's
we
what
will
you're-
not piss you in a
Hey.
bad light.
hey, yeah, fucking shut the hell up.
Ryan's
So-
trying to
Fuck
read
you and fuck you, fucking fox.
So Chris is having an event in March,
Okay.
and it's to benefit the Bradford family. Their son,
Yep.
their son Russell was born with a rare brain malformation.
Yeah.
And so every dollar that I don't know if I don't know
So
the math
for
of the
every
whole
for
thing.
every beer sold here, we're going to donate half of
Thank
that
you.
sale. So a $5
Nice.
beer will donate $2.50 to directly to them.
And
So,
when is this? March.
this
March
is in March.
3rd. third? No. No, it's not the third.
Pub crawl day.
It is. Hold
Is
on.
that the pub crawl day?
This is a certain day, right? Okay.
I
So
don't know. Is there
it's
a pub
March-
crawl day?
it's
yeah,
March
there's a pub
9th.
crawl day.
March
March
9th.
9th.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome.
I got you.
So the
So you
weekend
guys are
before,
donating.
hey, the weekend before, there's a pub crawl coming through here.
Great.
Yeah.
He's like,
But
whatever.
Point is,
Yeah.
is that there's a young man who's dealing with some things.
Yeah.
And that Chris is doing some good things to benefit
Yeah.
this family.
Awesome.
Definitely.
So they
And,
were
uh,
so the Bradford family used to live right next to our shop when we owned it, and they were good customers there, and we kind of got to know them there. And when we had no idea. We knew that that she was pregnant, and we heard that there were maybe some issues, but that's all we really heard. We didn't know much more about it.
Right.
Didn't really give it a second thought.
Right.
And we had a lady that has some kids that go to the same school as one of their other kids, and I guess she sees them every day and sees this little boy that
Right.
is should be like walking and stuff, and,
Right.
and it isn't. And said, basically, we got to do something. Like, what
Yeah.
can we do? And we're like,
It's a good cause.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, so I mean, anytime you see
you can't help everybody, and I
Right.
wish we
No.
could, but
But
like when we know
anytime
somebody
you- Yeah.
and they've supported us, we're
you said-
right there.
You made
for
a great
so.
point. You can't help everybody, but when you see somebody that you can help,
Yeah.
help them.
Exactly.
See,
That's
Chris
that's
and
the
Tammie
simplest point.
at Stubborn German are good people. Come out here
Yeah.
and support
You're
them.
a solid gold.
You have
Support
made
Buy
my,
some
you
beer,
have
goddammit.
made my dick hard.
I'm telling you.
Easy.
What did I say? What
all
did
that
I say? What did I say? Jeez.
There's plenty of, and this is no knock on the local business owners of like McDonald's and stuff. There's plenty of those businesses around, the Denny's and the McDonald's and the Applebee's of the world. Then you got these local businesses who are starting from scratch, and they're knocking out a successful business, and they're
they're still
helping the
giving back.
community. Yes.
Yeah, when they could keep that money for themselves
wanna give Chris
grow
a
their
hug.
own business.
We love Chris.
I
love
want
Stubborn German.
to give him a hug too.
It's our favorite place.
Can we just both get in your shirt?
But that being said,
Bring it.
It's closing time.
It is closing time.
And,
Closing
we need to
Let's
wrap
shut
it
it
up
down.
here.
Yeah, let's shut it down. We don't
But we
need.
wanna-
Do you have a jingle or?
Well,
No, we do.
You'll
we
hear
do.
it.
We
Oh,
do have
cool.
a dance
Yeah,
off.
when you listen. Yeah. Joe's gonna start doing
But Chris,
break dancing.
hey, let me be abundantly clear here. We appreciate you having us
Very
here
much.
at your bar.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate you
brewery.
thinking of us to do this. This is really
oh,
cool.
yeah.
Thank
This
you.
was
We
a
would
lot
love
of
to do it
fun.
again.
And I had fun too.
And we got 100 episode coming up soon.
Yeah.
So maybe
Would love
you
to
know,
come back
yeah,
for
you
a
never
100th
know.
episode. Or
Bring it, yeah.
Or I would love to talk to your lawyers about the 100th episode.
Okay.
This was the 8th place we looked into having our anniversary podcast.
And the
you guys
first one that said yes?
Yep. No. This was the first place we wanted to
Oh,
go, and we were so grateful that Tammie
I
and
will
you
say
said
this.
yes.
What
It
I've
was
learned
awesome.
here is that you and I are the only ones that know how to talk into a microphone.
Come on now.
I will say this though.
I feel like if I don't do this the whole time, I won't. So
He's a
What-
consummate professional. He's
What
crushing.
I'm always on.
What I have learned, what I will take away from you is, you did introduce me to Old Monroe and Coke.
Yes.
And,
Redemption.
and Redemption. Holy shit, that's a smooth whiskey.
Your life
Just-
is forever changed. You're
Fuck
welcome.
me. you know what I just did? I just pissed off my bride and
All
my
right.
daughter.
So here's what we're gonna do. Hey, Chris, what baseball team do you support?
I support the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay, so I am going to say, or actually, Jared's going to say a couple words.
Am I?
Trivia?
No. And as usual,
Oh yes.
as usual,
As usual.
fuck the Cubs.
And,
Let's try it
say
again.
it every
Okay,
One
week.
more
yeah.
time.
Okay, no
one
problem.
more
Chris, this
time
time.
for the people in the room.
Right in the back. As usual. Fuck the Cubs. Until next time, I'm Jared,
I'm Ryan.
This is Joe.
and get a load of this.
And he's done these before. He knows that he needs to be.
If I need
up
to be
on
more
it.
on the mic, just tap me on the balls.
I don't know if I can get in there.
Oh, you can get in there. Just put a thumb in my ass and I'll be fine. I'll know.
I think more than anything, it's just keeping an eye on each other and make sure you're right up on it.
Yes.
You know, you're right up on it,
Dude, your bride just taught me how to eat a cupcake.
What?
Literally.
Well, hold on a second.
How do you do it?
and then you put it on the top, and make a fucking cupcake sandwich.
What?
Hold on.
Epic.
Never heard of that.
Me
Hold
neither.
on. I need to see a demonstration. I'm not going to eat it, though.
Do it.
Tammy will eat it.
I already have one. I'll just put it back in here. What are we demonstrating?
You rip the bottom off.
How do you need that? How do
Oh,
you
I
need
get
a
what you're
visual?
saying. It's like you make a hamburger. You make a cupcake
a
hamburger.
fucking
out of it.
sandwich.
Son bitch.
What the?
Shut the fuck up. That's a
Smart.
game changer.
That is a game
How is-
changer.
well, hold on. How are we that stupid that we haven't figured that
I
shit
can't
out
believe me.
before now?
Me, a connoisseur.
Hold on. I want to watch you eat it.
You're eating it. Come on, keto doesn't start for another
Keto.
day. Eat it. Come on,
Yeah,
you
it's
can.
all over her teeth.
Get another bite and just throw it at the wall.
Nah, put it
mean-
back in the. Put it back in there. Someone will
Put it
scarf
away.
it down.
I gave cupcakes up for Lent.
Someone will snarf it. What was it? Pinky in the brain.
What do you want to do today?
What do
What do you want to do today, brain?
Same thing we do every day, Pinky.
I want to take
Take over the world. So, but the Pinky, Pinky was the idiot
Right.
of the bunch.
But
what did
really,
he say? He said
Brain
Narf, Narf.
Oh, man, I
He
don't-
said something stupid all
I
the
didn't
time.
watch it that much.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
By that time, I was out of cartoons.
That was
Yeah.
the Animaniacs, though, man.
Right.
They were the.
Animaniacs were cool.
I don't know
but
if they came out before The Simpsons or not, but they were right there with them as far as
I don't know.
adult
No,
humor
they weren't.
mixed in with childish
I think
humor.
that was a grab.
The
Simpsons-
Animaniacs weren't saying "eat my shorts."
No,
Yeah.
but they had innuendo.
The
Hello,
the
nurse.
the
okay.
Animaniacs or the Simpsons. That shit came out in the '80s and late '80s on the Tracy Ullman show. That was
Right.
real.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Animaniacs were probably early '90s. I don't know.
WB.
Yeah.
WB. Oh shit! She didn't even bring her damn real camera.
Sup,
She's trying
Tam?
to do this shit with a Google phone.
She got
Hey,
it.
it's a Pixel 3.
It is. It's
the
a
best.
fantastic phone.
You're
Best of the
absolutely
best.
right. She can do much better than you, Ryan.
I know.
I mean,
yeah, I know. She could. That
Get your fat.
get your
face in
fat
there.
face in there, chub boy.
Jesus Christ. Should I?
Is this
Hey.
a photo or a video?
Hey Joe, could you do us a favor and
No,
tape
we're
down
on the
your
air
titties?
here, goddammit. No, go ahead. We
Jared's
can edit
not
all
wearing
this out.
what?
How's that picture look? Hey, look, she brought a real camera.
Looks real great. Look at your
Look at that.
Yeah,
All them beards.
look at all them beards. We should have renamed this podcast. to
Look at
some-
all them beards.
Yeah.
Look at all them beards. Jocking us every day. Just need some time.
Do it again.
Some time to get away from all these beards. Can't take it no more.
Had you guys pose by yourself.
Maybe later.
It's a little small. What, did you
Hey, fuck you.
Wow, that's what she said.
cheap out? What the
Well, that one was free, and if I went another inch around, it
Hey,
was another
fuck you
$1.
guys. I spent $80 on propaganda.
That's a good looking sign.
We could leaflet drop the
You know,
St. Louis metropolitan area.
I feel bad because I just show up for these things. I see the text, I'm like, I
No,
don't want to
well, Joe, what you don't realize is we're using you for your insanity. You know, it's like it's a give and take. You know.
When we say get a load of this, we're pointing at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
Fair enough.
Look at this fucking fat guy.
So, I don't know what Chris is doing.
Well, let's kick it off. Let's kick it in the nuts.
Well, he's going to roll up on us here in a second. Hopefully, he brings a lot of beer.
He's bringing flights.
We have what? He's bringing flights.
Flights, man. Or a flight. I don't know.
All right, let's do it. Come on.
We telling secrets?
No, let's fucking kick it off.
We've already hit record. It's time to
Oh,
start.
have we?
All right.
Oh,